Last time we talked about how to look for a personal care assistant. Let's say that someone answered your ad or one of your friends has a person who might want to help you. Do you just say that the person can start tomorrow, or do you want to interview them? I just tell them to start tomorrow. No, I am just kidding. The next step is to interview the person for the job. I do 2 types of interviews. The first interview is by email for me, but you can do it over the phone. It is to get a little information about the person and tell them a little bit about yourself. Sometimes I ask them where are they from if I don't know. If they're a long way away, I just tell them it will not work. Sometimes they might tell you that they like to drive. I do not understand that statement at all, but it is not me who drives. I should say if they are a little distance away but they are applying for the evening shift, which is 4 hours long, I might allow them to come for an interview. Now let's say that you like this person. Well, you have to meet them in person. I always meet a person with somebody that I trust. It is usually with another personal care assistant or a friend. If you have to meet them by yourself, I highly recommend that you do it at a public place like a Starbucks or a library. Why did I say that? For the first reason, it is for your safety. You don't know the person at all, even though they might be someone that your friend knows. If you meet at your place, they might take something from you or even hurt you physically. In the society that we are in, you cannot be overprotective. If you were going to meet them at a public place, I would get there about 10 minutes before the meeting. The reason that I say is first, you want to be professional as possible. Another reason is that if you are late to the interview, the person might not wait for you. If you call them and ask where are they might say that they were there and waited for you. If you are there early and they don't show up, you know that it is not your fault. If you call them and they tell you that they were there on time, you know that they are lying. What do you talk about during the interview? I start with small talk to get to know them a little. I ask questions like, are they in school or do they have a family? I usually ask open-ended questions like, why do you like this kind of job? What do you see yourself in 5 years from now? I ask some questions about the job like, can they lift okay, or what do they hate about the job? After that part of the interview, I ask my aide to talk about the job and tell them what a shift entails. They might show the person around my place. After that, we talk about how I pay my aides. Then we answer any questions they might have. At the end, I usually give them a write-up that explains how to help me. In this document, I explain things like dressing, feeding, how to transfer me, and other things. This document is just a reference because they will watch another person do the shift. So the document can be a backup if they forget something. What do you do after the interview? That is a great question. Do you hire them on the spot or wait? It is a hard thing to decide. For a normal job, the person who is doing the hiring usually takes a few days and thinks about the person. But, for a person with a disability most likely needs a personal care assistant right away. I usually tell them yes or no right at the end of the interview. Yes, I made some wrong decisions. You cannot help it. If you find out that the person will not work out, you can keep on interviewing people until you find a better person. It is your decision to let someone go. I fired a few aides. When you fire someone, you will feel much better. I can guarantee it. Interviewing a personal care assistant is not easy. It takes time to get better. I am not great at it by no means. I have to admit that I hate it, but I also know that it is important. I think if you have somebody with you during the interview, they can help you with questions and decide if they will be good or not. I have a story to tell. A few years ago I interviewed a person who wanted my aids new. I liked the person and we trained the person. The next morning the person was supposed to get me up. She never came or called my aide. So I fired the person. The moral of the story is that you cannot determine if the person will be good or not during the interview. I think it takes a few weeks to know if they will be good or not.